Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It's your boy Dirtbike Luke coming at you live from right here. Yo, just took far for this many times, and it's a test. It's a test of commitment, effort. It's a lot of tests. It's not just an accounting test. It's not just a rules and learning test. It's a test of commitment and discipline. And that's really what I'm trying to move towards in this life that I'm trying to create for myself. 32 now. And I'm just trying to get to the point where I'm proud of myself. So this video is just a monologue, soliloquy or however you want to describe it, of how I've gotten to this point, what's helped me get to this point, and what's held me back. So what's gotten me to this point, quite frankly, is the support of others. It takes a lot to do this, unless you're a wizard, which there are wizards out there. But I would say the majority of the people taking the CPA exam, it's really not that easy. So having the people in place that are going to help you and push you to be your best is crucial. And to that point, it was about 2 years ago. And if you go back on my page, you can see I took FAR in 2020, or I took reg in 2020. I was taking these exams in 2020, 2017. I've taken these exams over the course of maybe 10 years, or pushing 8 years, right? So it was 2023. I'm in Texas, and my buddy calls me and he goes, "Dude, it's time." I go, "What are you talking about? Time for what?" And he goes, "Time for you to actually become a CPA." So that summer, I took BEC and I got a 71. And when I got a 71, obviously I didn't pass, but I saw a 7. And I was like, I can do this. So BEC, you know how it goes. It got grandfathered into the new CPA exam system in August of 23 when I passed BEC. And then that really was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this now. So went on to audit. And what else it takes to pass the CPA exam? It takes a little bit of luck sometimes, okay? And if I used all my luck points on audit, that's okay with me. Because it is my opinion that audit is probably the hardest one semantically. And that is the trickiest of the CPA exams. Every single question is there to trick you and nuance you into choosing D instead of A. You know what I'm saying? So to the numbers people out there taking the CPA exam, I would caution you, audit is probably going to be the most difficult one. And beyond that, just anyway, going off on a tangent. The next portion is, commitment to yourself, right? If you don't really want this, the effort it takes to get to this level is so, for the normal person, the amount of effort it's going to take is significant. So if you really don't want this, it's really not worth it, right? Because the stress and anxiety you're going to put on yourself is not worth it if you don't want it, right? And that's what's going to get you through that stress and anxiety is your personal commitment to yourself. And that's a big part of the CPA exam, is just making yourself better. And I really allude the CPA exam to pretty much everything in life, right? Like, as far as struggles and difficulties go, the CPA exam is analogous to anything in the sense that, like, you choose your goal, you attack your goal, sometimes you fail, sometimes you pass, and you have to ride the highs and the lows Like, if even, Kobe said, what's there to be happy about? Job's not done. Until you got 4 tests passed, your ethics test, your 2,000 hours of work experience, you ain't being a CPA. So that's a big part of it. So just to rehash, always have a support system. Having good friends is really important these days, not just for the CPA exam, but for life, right? So if you want to get through anything, you need your boys or your girls or however you want, like whatever you're calling your friends these days. Your family needs to understand what you're going for. Your family probably doesn't, unless you're a family of accountants, right? Your family might not know what you're going through, right? They don't really get that why this test is so hard, what makes it worth it, what makes it worth it, right? Why is this test so hard? Why are we doing so there has to be a little bit of leeway with your family, right? They're going to support you, right? But there needs to be a leeway that they don't completely understand what you're going through, right? The only person you can control is yourself, okay? And that's really important in this process, okay? You're going to be distracted, you're going to want to go out, you're going to want to do all these things. Maintaining discipline and controlling yourself and not letting your emotions rule you is vital for this process, okay? And a direct example of that for me is when I took FAR, okay, and I failed, and I didn't reset my course material, okay? So I went onto the Becker system and I'm taking these questions that, I've done 130 hours of studying at this point, and I'm deep into the weeds, okay? So, I got a 74 on FAR the last time I took it before today. So hopefully I got 1 point better today. But the point is, the system at some point is going to be asking you such ridiculously hard questions, and the only reason is that to prepare you for the hard questions on the CPA exam, and that the normal questions on the CPA exam seem easy, okay? Which that's the point, right? But in the moment where you're getting like 3s and 4s and 5s out of 10s with these super complicated stockholders equity, diluted earnings per share questions that are, always semantically like, oh, anyway, the point is to maintain control and learn from your mistakes, okay? Know how you learn. Are you a verbal learner? If you're a verbal learner, watch the videos. If you're a show learner, however you want to describe it, again, watch the videos, but be attentive to like the chalkboard. But for me, the real key, just write it down. Write down the responses after the question. What is the part of the question that you missed? And then that's the blip. That's all you got to write. WAXO, EPS equals net income minus preferred dividends over WAXO. Okay, so you forgot about the preferred dividends. Just say, hey, net income available to common stockholders. Okay, that's what the numerator is in the EPS calculation. Anyway, so I really wish you all the best in your personal journey and your CPA journey. So if I have just, to wrap this all up, get some friends and have them keep you accountable. A friend that actually understands the accounting world and CPA journey would be very helpful in this situation. Okay? Maintain a good relationship. Next is maintain a good relationship with your family, but don't expect for them to understand. Okay? This is a journey for you. This is a journey for you. You're doing this for yourself. Yes, you're doing this so you can better your family's life eventually, or that may be part of the motivation. But right now, you're doing it for you, and not everyone is going to understand why. Okay? Maintaining your why and consistently applying yourself and being disciplined is what's going to get you across the finish line here. Okay? And the most important point, I just alluded to it, is consistency. And, a little cherry on top there is a good attitude. Okay? Because just because you miss a question doesn't mean you're not learning. Okay? Doesn't mean you're not ingesting the information. Doesn't mean you're not getting better. Okay? The scores may not even go up, but I promise you, you're getting harder questions on the personalized version of the Becker system. Okay? So, like I said, maintain a good outlook on things, and once you're done with this test, that part in itself is going to transition and carry forward to all other parts of your life. And maintaining a positive outlook and maintaining positive energy in tough times is what people are looking for these days. Whether you're getting hired at a new job, or you getting hired, or you looking for a significant other, or just friends in general, people want to be around people that are positive consistently, and they don't get barred down in the negativity of things. Okay? So when the going gets tough and you start getting a lot of negative responses from Becker, remember that you're learning and you're getting better along the way. And I'm really proud of you, and I wish you all the best. Remember this: make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. But above all else, be your own breeze. Let's go!